Listen to me, because if you're watching this, there's a reason you haven't given up yet. Something inside you is still fighting. And today, right now, you're either going to rise or you're going to stay exactly where you are. But I'm telling you this straight. Your future is begging you to stop wasting your potential. You ever feel like life punched you so hard that you forgot how to stand? You ever look in the mirror and think, I should be further by now? You ever wonder why you keep grinding and nothing changes? Good. Because that feeling you're carrying, that frustration, that hunger, that anger at your own situation, that's the fuel. And today, I'm about to show you how to convert that fire into action so massive, it will shock the people who doubted you. This isn't another feel-good speech. This is a wake-up call, a line in the sand, a moment where you decide, I'm done being average. I'm done waiting. I'm done holding back. You're about to hear the truth most people will never tell you. You're going to get the mindset that separates winners from wishers. And by the time this video ends, you'll either be unstoppable or you'll admit you never won it in the first place, but since you're still here, I already know which one you are. You're the one who's ready. You're the one who's tired of excuses. You're the one who's about to break out of the life holding you back. So sit tight. Turn up the volume. Because the next few minutes might just be the moment your entire life shifts. Listen to me. And listen hard. The world is flipping. The money game is mutating. And most people are still thinking in baby steps while trillion-dollar opportunities roar past them like freight trains. You're sitting there worried about tiny moves, tiny risks, tiny wins, while entire financial empires are being reshaped right under your nose. Eric Trump says Bitcoin will replace gold. Not because he's guessing, but because the rules of wealth have already changed. And yet most people act like they didn't get the memo. Let me tell you the truth. Thinking small is the enemy. Thinking safe is the killer. Thinking later is the coffin you build for your potential. People love the comfort zone because it's familiar, predictable, and quiet. But let me tell you something the comfort zone will never tell you. It is where dreams go to starve. It is where average people stay average forever. It is where you choose security over success, excuses over action, and familiarity over freedom. Meanwhile, the world is shifting at a speed most people cannot fathom. Digital assets are rising. Technology is accelerating. Markets are reinventing themselves every 90 days. And you're still sitting there debating whether now is the right time to take action. No, stop that. Now is the only time. Right now is the only opportunity you're guaranteed. The rest is just fantasy. Look around you. Every major shift in history had two kinds of people. One, the ones who moved fast. Two, the ones who complained later. When gold became the standard, people missed it. When the stock market exploded, people missed it. When the internet came, people laughed at it, then missed it. When Bitcoin was $100, people called it fake, then missed it. Why? Because small thinkers always miss big moves. I'm telling you this because if you don't break the pattern, you will be the one saying, I knew I should have done something. But saying it from the sidelines, broke, bitter, and behind. This isn't just about Bitcoin replacing gold. This is about you replacing your weak mindset with a 10 times 1. Because the world doesn't reward the smartest, or the nicest, or the most deserving. It rewards the bold, the fast, the obsessed. The ones who see the wave and grab a surfboard instead of making excuses. You want to build wealth in a world that's shifting? Then stop walking like you've got all year. Stop thinking like a spectator. Stop acting like you're allergic to risk. Every empire you admire was built on speed, courage, and wild belief, not doubt, not fear, not hesitation. The marketplace is a battlefield. And the ones who dominate are the ones who move like their life depends on it. Because it does. If Bitcoin really replaces gold, and it might, then the next generation of millionaires won't be the people who watched it happen. It will be the ones who positioned themselves while everyone else was scared, confused, or too busy thinking small. This is your moment to wake up, to go bigger, to go faster, to go louder, to go all in on your education, your discipline, your opportunities, your hunger. You either scale your mindset to match the world, or the world will shrink your future until there's nothing left. You ready to step up or not? Because the world isn't slowing down for you, so stop slowing down for it. All right, Let's unleash point second with the same fire, force, and Grant Ka one domination energy. Let me tell you a truth most people are too soft to hear. The market does not care about your feelings, your delays, your doubts, or your excuses. It only cares about one thing: who can adapt the fastest. When Eric Trump says Bitcoin will replace gold, he's not hyping something for fun. He's pointing at a seismic shift, a global rewiring of financial power. And you know what 99% of people are doing? Absolutely nothing. They're sitting on their hands, waiting for certainty, like the marketplace is going to tap them on the shoulder and politely ask if they're ready for the future. Wake up. That's not how this game works. The market doesn't wait. The market doesn't pause. The market doesn't forgive. You either adapt or you die out, like every outdated business, outdated worker, outdated thinker that got crushed by time. Look at history. Blockbuster didn't adapt. Netflix ate them alive. Taxi companies didn't adapt. Uber buried them. Kodak didn't adapt. The digital world erased them. And you. Are you adapting? Or are you sitting there acting like you've got 20 years to make a decision? You can't dominate a 10 times world with a 1 times mindset. You can't win in the digital age while thinking like an analog survivor. Technology doesn't care that you're not ready. Money doesn't care that you're still learning. The future doesn't care that you're confused. It's coming with or without you. The question is whether you're going to harness it or get run over by it. Every revolution in wealth has produced 2 groups: the adapters, the complainers, and only one group becomes wealthy. The adapters are the ones who move first. They don't wait to understand everything. They don't wait for guarantees. They don't wait until they feel confident. They see change and they sprint toward it. They experiment. They learn. They adjust. They expand. They adapt because they know survival is the bare minimum. Domination is the real goal. The complainers, they sit on the sidelines, clinging to the old, clinging to the familiar, clinging to a past that isn't coming back. They want the world to adjust to them, and that's why they lose. Right now, the financial world is shifting faster than at any time in human history. Digital assets are rising. Banking is transforming. Currencies are evolving. Technology is rewriting the rules, and you want to be the person who's still waiting to see what happens. That's not just slow. That's dangerous. People think risk is the enemy. Wrong. The real enemy is being stuck. The real enemy is refusing to adapt. The real enemy is moving too slow in a world that rewards speed. Let me be crystal clear. Your excuses will not save you in this marketplace. Your comfort zone will not protect you. Your hesitation will not pay you. Only adaptation will. You have to move like the market. Fast, bold, aggressive, educated, relentless. If Bitcoin replaces gold, massive wealth will shift, and only the people who adapt will catch it, not the ones who overthink, not the ones who wait for perfect information, not the ones who hide behind fear. The people who adapt will dominate everyone else. They'll be studying what happened after the winners took everything. So ask yourself, are you trying to survive the future? Or are you gearing up to own it? Because in this game, you don't get to stay still. You move forward or you get replaced. Listen closely, because this one separates the wealthy from the one who has the biggest reward. The life-changing, freedom-building, legacy-level rewards always go to the early movers, not the smartest, not the luckiest, not the ones with connections, the ones who move first. While everyone else is stuck over-planning, overthinking, and over-talking, the early movers are already stacking wins, building momentum, and locking in opportunities that the slow movers will never see. Eric Trump saying Bitcoin will replace gold isn't just a financial prediction. It's a siren blasting in your face. It's the universe telling you, yo, the window is open right now, move or miss it. Because here's the truth most people can't handle. Opportunity doesn't stay parked. It accelerates. And if you're not moving with it, it's gone. Think about the people who bought Bitcoin early. Not at $40,000, not at $20,000, not even at $5,000. I'm talking about the ones who moved when everyone else was laughing, mocking, or doubting. Those people made more money in a few years than most people make in a lifetime. Why? Not because they were geniuses, not because they had insider info, not because they were lucky, because they moved early, aggressively, decisively. The world rewards speed. The market rewards courage. History rewards the bold. And the universe punishes hesitation every single time. Early movers are the ones who buy land before the city grows. They invest in technology before the world catches up. They learn the skill before it becomes mandatory. They take the risk while others are busy thinking about it. Let me ask you something straight. Are you moving early, or are you moving when it's already too late to matter? Because too many people are out here trying to play catch up in a world that only pays the front runners. The late movers get the scraps. They get the leftovers. They get the tiny, safe, boring returns that make you feel responsible but never wealthy. Early movers, they get paid so big that people think they cheated. Now look at the financial landscape right now. It's screaming opportunity. Digital currencies rising, traditional systems struggling, innovation exploding daily, old money shifting into new vehicles. This is not a time to be cautious. This is not a time to be conservative. This is a time to be explosive, fast, and wide awake. You want to build wealth? Then stop waiting for proof. Stop waiting for validation. Stop waiting for someone else to show you the way. If you're seeing the move after it becomes obvious, it's no longer an opportunity. It's a line you stand in. Why early movers cash out. The early mover mindset is simple. Move even when the crowd hesitates. Move even when it feels uncomfortable. Move because speed is a strategy. Move because waiting is death. And let me tell you this. The market respects people who strike first. You become a different breed. You build confidence, courage, and awareness that the average person never develops because they live in the land of I'll do it later. Later is a disease. Later is a trap. Later is how people stay average until the day they die. If Bitcoin replaces gold, and it might, the biggest winners will be the ones who move before the mainstream wakes up, before the government explains it, before the schools teach it, before the media praises it. You want to be wealthy? Then be early. Be bold. Be decisive. Be the one who acts before everyone else realizes what's happening. Because early movers don't get lucky. They get paid. Let's cut the fluff. You cannot dominate a digital world with a caveman mindset, period. You can't win in a marketplace that's evolving every 30 seconds while you're still thinking like it's 1998. If Bitcoin really is on track to replace gold, if digital money is rising while traditional assets plateau, then the most dangerous thing in your life right now is not risk. It's ignorance. Ignorance is the new poverty. Ignorance is the new limitation. Ignorance is the new enemy. And it's taking people out faster than any recession ever could. We're living in a world where money moves at the speed of Wi-Fi, opportunities explode overnight, and information is everywhere, yet people are still scared of what they don't understand. Scared of crypto, scared of tech, scared of digital platforms, scared of shifting systems, scared of the future because they refuse to learn the present. Let me ask you something. How do you expect to thrive in a digital economy if everything digital intimidates you? How do you plan to build wealth if you avoid the very tools where wealth is now created? How are you going to compete with people who eat technology for breakfast? Why? You're still asking basic questions that you should have learned years ago. Ignorance doesn't protect you. It disqualifies you. It pushes you to the sidelines. It makes you slow, outdated, irrelevant. And in a world where digital assets like Bitcoin are transforming finance, irrelevance is fatal. You must build digital confidence, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when the fear magically disappears, right freaking now. You build digital confidence by educating yourself, relentlessly diving into new platforms before they become mainstreams, learning what other people avoid, asking questions, exploring systems, testing tools, becoming obsessed with staying future-proof, because the future belongs to the ones who understand it first. There's a reason the wealthiest people in the world are tech-driven. Not because tech is trendy, but because tech scales, multiplies, expands, and dominates every market it touches. The people who understand new systems early win big. The people who fear new systems early lose big. And here's the brutal part. A lack of digital confidence isn't a technical issue. It's a mindset issue. It's a self-limiting belief disguised as caution. It's you telling yourself this is too complicated and then wondering why your life doesn't level up. Every time you resist learning something new, you're choosing to stay small. Every time you avoid digital tools, you're choosing to stay behind. Every time you delay understanding technology, you're choosing to limit your future wealth. The world doesn't care that you're not good with technology. You weren't born good at anything. You learn everything you know now. Learning is not the problem. Laziness is not, fear is. Comfort is. You want to be wealthy in the age of digital dominance? Then you better become digitally fearless. Digitally competent. Digitally confident. You must treat digital literacy like your new survival skill. Because if the financial world shifts, if Bitcoin rises, if digital money becomes the backbone of the global economy, then the people who understand it will rise with it. And the people who don't will get mathematically eliminated. This is your call to arms. Stop pretending the future is optional. Stop acting like learning is beneath you. Stop letting ignorance control your destiny. Build your digital confidence. Build it aggressively. Build it relentlessly. Build it like your entire future depends on it, because it does. Let me hammer this into your mind with full force. Wealth is moving. Money is shifting. A financial earthquake is happening right now, and most people are standing there like spectators at their own funeral. Every time there's a shift, every time the global money system evolves, two types of people emerge. One, the ones who position themselves to catch the wave. Two, the ones who drown because they waited. Not right now. Digital assets are exploding. Bitcoin is being compared to gold. Innovators are rewriting the financial rulebook while traditional. Thinkers still clutch the old playbook like it's sacred scripture. Eric Trump saying Bitcoin will replace gold isn't just a statement. It's a warning dog siren, a red flare shot into the sky telling you something massive is happening. And if you're not in position, you're out. Here's the reality. Watching a wealth shift has never made anyone rich. Positioning yourself inside the shift has created every wealth explosion in history. People who positioned themselves early in oil didn't watch, they moved. People who positioned themselves early in internet companies didn't watch, they moved. People who positioned themselves early in real estate didn't watch, they moved. People who positioned themselves early in Bitcoin didn't watch, they moved. The latecomers, they watched documentaries about the early movers. They watched interviews explaining how they did it. They watched opportunities pass them by while telling themselves stories about bad timing. You don't want to be that person. You want to be the one who sees momentum and jumps on the board before the wave becomes a tsunami. And let me be brutally honest here. If you miss the shift, you don't get a redo. Wealth shifts don't loop back for your convenience. This is why positioning matters more than intelligence, luck, education, or motivation. Positioning is the art of being in the right place before the world admits it's the right place. You position yourself by learning what others ignore, seek investing time where others invest excuses, moving while others are stuck, Googling, is this safe? Taking calculated risks instead of waiting for guarantees, building the skill set, the mindset to capitalize, and hear this clearly, waiting for perfect certainty is how. Broke people stay broke, certainty comes after success, not before. Money doesn't flow to the cautious. It flows to the committed, the prepared, the positioned. You want to catch the wealth wave? Then stop watching from the shore. Stop talking like an economist and acting like a spectator. Stop pretending you need permission to chase opportunities that are already reshaping the world. Right now, the old world and the new world are colliding. Traditional assets versus digital assets. Old money versus new money. Gold versus Bitcoin. You can't afford to sit in the middle. You'll get crushed from both sides. This is the moment to act, to learn, to invest in your future intelligence.